Hey, so I decided to try something different. It's something that's been weighing on my heart for a very long time. Whether I should do this or not, I am. I'll start this off to say I'm extremely protective of myself and my family, so I don't talk about them a lot. But I do feel like with the change in how the world is going and everything, I should discuss uh, raising spiritual children. And when I say raising spiritual children, I mean children who the world would consider psychic or have psychic abilities or whatever. I don't really call it psychic. I think that the world has given that word such a horrible reputation that I don't like to use it. But um, yeah, so I'll start off from the beginning. When I was a child, I always saw spirits. I could hear spirits. I could feel spirits. If there is anything in the spirit realm, I can probably sense it or feel it or hear it or or whatever. And so I know for myself being raised like that, I did not have a lot of support. I and it wasn't because who do it was more like they just didn't understand. I don't think. I don't know if they understood what it was that I was going through. And so as a child, I was tormented by spirits, especially of course at nighttime. It's dark. Darkness brings a lot of fears or whatever. But I would lay in my bed as a child and just be up at night, like just looking up, and spirits would come from many different places in my home. I grew up in the projects of DC, so you can only imagine what spirits manifested themselves to me then. But they would say, they would torment me. It was like, oh, you're gonna die, and everybody hates you, and you're just this and you're that or whatever. And I would try to talk to my mom about it. Um, and never results. I don't know if I tried to talk to her about it or if I just tried to sleep with her, because if you have children that try to sleep with you a lot, 9 times out of 10, your child has a spiritual gift that they're not talking about or they don't understand. And so I would try to sleep with my mom a lot. And sometimes she would let me, and sometimes she wouldn't. Sometimes I would just get up in the middle of the night when I couldn't take it anymore and sneak in her bed, after she had fallen asleep. But I was afraid. I remember peeing in the bed a lot because I was too afraid to get out of the bed to go to the bathroom, which was like, our bedroom was, you go out the bedroom, the bathroom is like right there. And it was such a scary time for me as a child that I just did not want to go to the bathroom. And so I would hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and then I would just pee on myself. And they would laugh at me because they knew I would get in trouble. And so that was the beginning of my spiritual journey, I guess. I do have some memories of when I was a baby with my biological mother. I have a memory of being in a tub and her coming to get me out of the tub. I don't know why I have this memory, because she did not raise me. She had me until I was a few months old, and then she gave me to my aunt to raise. So I call my aunt mom. Um, and so I do have that memory. A couple of other, instances, I just knew stuff, growing up. I just knew stuff. And now I'm beginning to wonder, like, what did I say to people? Because when I was a child, in church, I could sense when people weren't sincere. And so I don't remember all the conversations that I would have with people, But people just generally didn't want to be around me um, when I was a kid. Um, and that was really hard. It's been that way my whole life. Like people, I remember when I was in college. No, I had graduated college, and I was hanging with a ministry friend. We used to hang around a lot, and I had a dream about him, and it really bothered me, the dream. And so um I I decided to tell him my dream just to kind of warn him about his roommate, because it wasn't like everything that was going on in the dream. um I was like, I need to warn him about his roommate because his roommate is really jealous of him. And so I need to just tell him to be careful of that guy. And at the end of the day, I described the dream to him. And a couple of days later, he had me sitting in front of our minister, saying, "Oh, I think you're looking in my window at night." And I'm like, why would I be looking in your window at night? Like, that's creepy. That's just not me. And so, a couple of times I had another friend in ministry. This is why I speak out about church hurt and everything. I had a guy in ministry who was dating a friend of mine, and I told him, you're going to hurt her really bad. If you're not going to marry her, you need to stop seeing her, and you need to let her know what your intentions are, because if not, you're going to hurt her really bad. She really loves you. And instead of him heeding my warning, him and the other guy decided to sit me in front of the minister and say, well, we've just decided that we don't want to be your friend anymore because you're kind of creepy and we don't like it, and stay out of our business. And I'm like, what? You know, and in the end, he did hurt her like greatly. She's still, I don't know, I don't talk to her anymore now, but I know 10, 15 years after that hurt, she was still struggling with that because she really loved him, like I said. And so I don't know, I guess I'll start this series on how to raise your spiritually gifted children, because it can be really hard for them. I have 3 children of my own. All of them have different spiritual gifts. My oldest one is a little creepy because she does talk to me like, mommy, like yesterday. She said, Mommy, are you feeling okay? And I'm like, oh yeah, I just woke up. I'm still trying to wake up. And she just kept asking, are you sure? Because you look unwell. And I had to stop and say, I don't feel good. You're right. So she's the one who, whenever something is wrong with me, she will pick up on it way before I do. And sometimes, she'll say, Mommy, um, are you okay? Is this going on? Is that going on? And I have to stop myself and think, you know, well, yeah, that is what's going on. Oh, thank you. And so I guess that would be my first lesson is, don't be creeped out by your children. Um, they need your support because this gift is not going anywhere. I spent my whole adult life trying to hide my gift, and it just didn't work. And so now that I'm in a place where I'm embracing it and just loving it and teaching them, I feel better. I look better. My life has been a lot better since embracing my spiritual gift. And so your children, they have a reason for this gift. God has given them this gift for a reason, and you need to nurture it and not be afraid of it. So if your children is telling you and everybody their business, you really need to listen, um, and sit down and talk to them and support them with it, because this gift is very real, and it's not going anywhere. And with the religious and spiritual climate that the world is changing into, your children's gift will come into play um, a lot more now. So support your children who have spiritual gifts, and those who don't down them for it.